Hello and welcome to one of our interview sessions where we interview our faculties from the Informatic Department. My name is Subhashree Mangaraj and I'm a master's student of Data and Knowledge Engineering. Let's meet our professor for today's interview. Hello, Professor. Can you just introduce yourself to our viewers and the department that you belong to?
My name is Gunter Saake. I'm a professor for databases and software engineering, so the topics are mainly connected with database systems and some specialities of software engineering.
Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the course Databases 1. So can you give us an overview of what this course is all about?
Data is nowadays it's important. So databases are tools to manage data and keep them safe and stable. And Database 1 course is an introductory course. It's especially typically in the first semester of a course. So we show the basic principles, and because we only want to show the basic principles, we concentrate on relational databases.
Okay. So is it specific to only digital engineering? Or?
The course will be given twice, once in German and once in English. The German is mainly for our bachelor students in computer science and related topics, and the master course is both for digital engineering and for some students from the economics departments, which makes operation research and business administration, and also some students from other engineering faculties which want to hear about databases. So it's open to mainly all English master programs of the university.
Okay, so it is rather a more basic course on databases, I would prefer. Is it a basic course on?
It's the basic. It's the first basic. I try to really start with the basics, and it's especially necessary because most students there have no computer science background in the studies, so we have to really start with the basics and explain the foundations of database technology.
Okay, so as it is a basic course, if I go to the future prospects of this course, like what skills I would get to learn here that I can use in maybe a job in my future?
Yes, of course. Nowadays, basic knowledge in databases is required for most jobs which are connected somehow with computer science technology and even with engineering technology. So basic knowledge is everywhere. And if you want to make a specialization, you have to go to data analytics, database systems, engineering databases. There are several specializations, and then there are dedicated jobs for
Okay. So then there must be 12 credit projects for the DE students, I guess, from the databases group. Yeah. So how this course would help me get the projects?
The one is, of course, learning the people from my department is always a good start to come on the project. And typically we have one or two projects each year which are connected to databases. We now have something which is a database for public transportation, which is together with a company located in Magdeburg. And also we have some other projects where database plays a role, but somehow it's basic knowledge. In most of the projects you can use a database, but you do not have to use the databases. But you need somehow the knowledge to decide how to use it and when to use it.
Okay, so basically then what are the subsequent courses that one can take after completing this course in order to do a project or master thesis in databases?
We have several courses there because it's research related. We have two research projects which is related to databases on new hardware, on graphic processors and multiprocessors and something. There's a special course, Advanced Topics in Databases, which goes directly into research. And we have other courses which is about engineering databases, about other data models and relational databases. On other course, which is visited by a lot of students from the master programs, is transaction processing, where it's about multi-user access to data in large organizations and also on the web, something like this.
Okay. So there are quite a few courses that we can take. Okay. So are there any prerequisites that one should know before they join this course?
Yeah. since it's in the first semester in the bachelor course, and we have the same program in the German course as in the English course, so we try to avoid any kind of prerequisites. But,
okay, so it is
of course, it's part of the computer science education, so it's good to know about something mathematical foundations, about logics. We try to avoid that you have to know programming in detail already. So it's mainly without programming. You only learn database languages, which are not really programming languages. So you should be able to directly start with the course.
Directly start. So we don't require a specific knowledge on programming language. We can
No.
start it. Okay.
There's only a very short section how to couple a programming language with the database program, but it's not the main part of the course.
Okay. So, any strategy that you would suggest the students who wish to get a good grade in this course?
Any strategy? First of all, you should visit the course because I have a lot of slides in the web. So some people think it's enough to read the slides and then I would say on the evening before the examination, and that's not working. So because you need the explanation, so you should try to visit it. And of course, we have practical exercises, and you really should do it by your own. And we also have practical work with the SQL languages, and you should do it on the computer and not look only to the other students what they are doing. You should do it by your own. And this is the knowledge we will test in the examination. And so it's better you are better prepared if you really make the practical.
So we should stick to the lectures and the exercises and keep up with the course to get a good.
Yeah, exercises are even more important.
Yeah,
because we try to make the kind of examination parts, we try to do all parts of them already in the exercises. So if you are successful there, you should be able to be successful in the examination.
Okay. You said it's a basic course, but I hope that you must have come across people who end up with a bad grade or sometimes they fail the exam. So any common mistakes that you have observed?
The problem is that some people look at the slides of the exercises and just, I understand them. But that's not the same like doing it for themselves. For example, they have to model some part of reality in the entity relationship approach. So it's easy to understand something which someone else has written.
Okay.
But in the examination, you have to write it by your own. So that's something you have to train, not just understanding the solutions, but coming to the solutions by themselves. And I think that's for some people, that's a problem. They have looked at it and understood the solution and said, okay, I was able to understand it, but it's not enough to understand it. You have to produce it by your own. That's maybe the main problem for some people.
Okay. So it's good that we understand it ourselves and do it so that we can write the exam. Yeah. So that is quite like a good information that you gave. So lastly, any advices for the students that who wish to take up the course?
What should be the advice?
Any general word of advice that you would like to give?
Yes, I think the problem is you try to motivate yourselves to find it interesting, because it's a basic technology, and sometimes it's simply boring to have all the language details and something like this. And I try to make it interesting, but it's also your mental state is the problem. If you are just going there and sitting there and so, hopefully the 90 minutes are over soon, then it makes no sense. You should try to follow it with your heart, even if it's technical stuff.
Okay, so self-motivation is
that's a problem.
Yeah, I think it's important in the whole master's program.
Yes, it's a whole master's program. But because sometimes a student has so many other interesting things, programming a robot or something like this. And those basic courses are somehow a little bit boring because you will not program a robot database or something like this in the basic course. So you have to find your motivation to know, I want to learn it.
Yeah, true. So thank you so much, Professor, for all your insights and inputs. I am sure that would help all the students out there watching this video. Thank you.
Thank you for the interview.